Right, so in part 3, instead of being given the equation and then graphing it and stating the amplitude and the period, instead we're going to be given the amplitude and the period and try to come up with the equation. All right, so a couple things to remember. One is that the amplitude is equal to the absolute value of A, and that the period is equal to 2 pi over k in the case of sine and cosine. So it's a regular period of the parent function divided by k. Okay, so taking a look at, when we write the function, it's going to be y is equal to a times the sine of k theta. Okay, or it could be cosine. So in the case of the first one, you want to read the directions carefully. So it says we're dealing with the sine function. And then they're telling us that the absolute value of a is equal to 3. And they're telling us that the period of 2 pi over k is equal to 2 pi. So looking at this first one, if I bring it out of the absolute value, that means a is plus or minus 3. And over here, if I put this over 1, since my numerators are the same, my denominators will be the same, and we can say that k is equal to 1. Again, we're using a sine function, so we can say y is equal to plus or minus 3. Sine of 1 times theta is just sine of theta. So take a moment to pause the video and see what you could do with B. So for B, we have the absolute value of A is equal to 6.5, and we have 2 pi over k is equal to 6 pi. So that means over here, my A value is going to be plus or minus 6.5. And then over here, if I put this over 1, I can cross multiply and say k times 6 pi is equal to 2 pi times 1, or just 2 pi. So then I'm going to divide both sides by the 6 pi. So these cancel and the pi's cancel, and 2 over 6 reduces to 1/3. So that means, again, we're dealing with the sine function. So we have y is equal to plus or minus 6.5 times the sine, that does not look good, times the sine of, and then I could call this 1/3 theta, and that would be absolutely correct. Or we could be fancy, and we could call this the sine of theta over 3. So this would be the final answer. But if you gave me this as your answer, I would be totally fine with that. So taking a look at the next example, the only thing that changes is instead of the sine function, we have the cosine function. And that parent graph still has a regular period of 2 pi. So our formulas don't change. But now we're talking about y is equal to a times the cosine of k theta. Okay. So coming over here, we have an amplitude of we got absolute value of a is equal to 0.5. And we have 2 pi over k is equal to 0.2 pi. So over here, we get a is equal to plus or minus 0.5. And then over here, if I put this over 1, I can cross multiply and say that I have k times 0.2 pi is equal to 1 times 2 pi. So then dividing both sides by 0.2 pi, here they cancel, and here the pi's cancel, and I believe I get 10, but let me just double check that. So I'm going to do 2 divided by 0.2 gives me a k value of 10. Whoops. So then again, we're dealing with the cosine function. So we're going to say y is equal to plus or minus 0.5 cosine of 10 theta. So take a moment to pause the video and see if you could do the last problem. So again, the absolute value of a is equal to 1/2, and we have 2 pi over k is equal to, now instead of calling this 2/5 pi, I can call this 2 pi over 5. Those two things say the same thing. So I'm going to say that this is equal to 2 pi over 5. So here my a value is going to be plus or minus 1/2. And here, notice my numerators are the same, so that means my denominators have to be the same. Or you could have cross-multiplied and solved that as well. And again, we're dealing with cosine, so we're going to say y is equal to plus or minus 1/2 times the cosine of 5 theta.